Police in Bermuda cleared of misconduct in their controversial use of pepper spray. And in sport, the Caribbean gets 2 more IAAF World Championship medals. I'm Nicole Best, and this is the Caribbean in 10 for Friday, August 11. I'll be back with the details after the break.
Join the Caribbean Broadcasting Union and its regional and international partners at the CBU Annual General Assembly, August 21st through 24th at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel in Nassau, the Bahamas, under the theme Digital Developments in Caribbean Media. Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, Dr. the Honorable Hubert Alexander Minnis, will welcome delegates during the opening ceremony. Guyana's Minister of Public Telecommunications, the Honorable Cathy Hughes, will offer a keynote address on digital developments in the region. See the launch of the UNESCO-sponsored Manual of Social Media Guidelines for Caribbean Journalists, with guest speaker Jamaica's Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn. And hear from international media players about the new developments in digital television standards in Europe, the US, and Japan. And this year's Caribbean Broadcasting Awards Gala at the Atlantis Resort Paradise Island is not to be missed. Call 246-430-1007 to book your space in the 3-day conference and exhibition. Don't miss the CBU 48th Assembly at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel in Nassau from August 21st through 24th. Discounts on flights to the assembly on the official airline, Caribbean Airlines.
We begin in Bermuda. An eagerly awaited report by an independent body into a clash between police and protesters outside the House of Assembly last December has concluded that officers did not engage in misconduct during the incident. But the Police Complaints Authority report released last night said the confrontation had left a scar on Bermuda's history. According to the PCA, police used pepper spray on demonstrators blocking Parliament only when they believed it was necessary. The 6-person investigating team found no order was given from high up to use the spray. It says the decision was taken by individual officers in keeping with the police use of force policy. The report added that the use of pepper spray could have been avoided if not for the precarious position officers were sent into by their commanders. The group concluded that the incidents had soured the relationship between the public and the police, but the PCA report determined that 26 formal objections filed over officers' handling of the demonstrators could not be upheld. Continuing now in Barbados, representatives of government, the private sector and the trade union movement have gathered for a highly anticipated full meeting of the social partners. The topic that takes the spotlight is the increase in the National Social Responsibility Levy, which prompted protests by thousands of workers last month. The unions are calling for a reduction in the tax, which jumped from 2 to 10%, or at least a coping mechanism. Prime Minister Frendel Stuart welcomed members from trade unions and the business sector as the meeting got underway. During his opening remarks, Stuart outlined the agenda for the meeting and says government is looking forward to fruitful discussion on the issues presented today. President of the National Union of Public Workers, Akani McDowell, was not allowed to make an individual address to the social partnership. McDowell had appealed to the Prime Minister, who chaired the meeting, for the opportunity to speak to the gathering. But Stuart reminded the NUPW president that agreement had been reached on Tuesday that they would stick to the agenda. Chairman of the Barbados Private Sector Association, Charles Herbert, noted several issues of concern to the private sector, among them the increasing difficulty of doing business in Barbados and a sense among business people that their concerns were not being taken on board by the government. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves has fueled speculation that he may be contemplating a snap general election. This after disclosing the results of a recent poll conducted by the Barbados-based Caribbean Development Research Services, CADRES. Gonsalves hinted that the polls indicated that he is way ahead of the other contenders. The speculation of a snap election comes amidst repeated court rulings in favor of the main opposition New Democratic Party in 2 election petitions challenging the results of the December 2015 general elections in 2 constituencies. The ruling Unity Labour Party, the ULP, won the elections by an 8-7 margin for a 4th consecutive term in office. A high court is next month expected to hear an application by lawyers for the NDP to inspect the 2015 election documents, including the ballot boxes. Asked if with this poll there was an election on the horizon, Gonzalez said no. He told reporters that the ULP had asked cadres to conduct the poll on several issues, including health, politics, employment, education, housing, water, and electricity. The United States and Canadian officials are carrying out investigations after diplomats posted in Havana fell ill amid reports that they may have been targeted by a mysterious sonic weapon. U.S. officials refused to directly blame Cuba itself for the incidents, which appeared to have begun last year. Havana insists it was working to protect the U.S. mission. A State Department spokeswoman would not detail the nature or number of the injuries, but she confirmed that a number of American diplomats had returned home for treatment. Unidentified officials told the CNC that other U.S. media that the staff may have been harmed by a sonic device fired either inside or outside their Havana residence. Do stay with us. Your Midday Sport is next.
Way you hold me tight, girl, I can't fight this feeling. Oh, no.
Woman, you're nice. Smile on your face is like you're right upon the night. Girl, me can't wait to give you everything you like. Hope you're from the...
Trinidadian sprinter Jareem Richards delivered on the promise shown earlier in the qualifying rounds when he clinched bronze in the men's 200 meters at the IWF World Championships in London yesterday. The lone Caribbean runner in the final clocked 20.11 seconds as he followed home winner Ramil Gavi of Turkey, who was timed at 20.09, and silver medalist Wade van Niekerk 20.11. The race for the medals went down to the finish as Richards, who was off the curve in 5th, fought back gallantly but was just outdipped on the line by Van Niekerk as both recorded the same times. Richards said afterwards he had botched his start, so it was a great achievement to recover and secure a podium finish.
I wasn't expecting bronze. I went in there with the intentions of winning, but to actually come out and medal in a major championships, I'm just thankful and elated for the experience.
Meanwhile, Jamaica's Riston Tracy handed the Caribbean its other medal when she also clinched bronze in the women's 400-meter hurdles. She produced a personal best 53.74 to finish behind Americans Corey Carter 53.07 and Delia Mohammed 53.50. Barbados Tridents defeated host St. Lucia Stars by 21 runs under Duckworth Lewis in the 8th match of the Caribbean Premier League at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground last night. It was a day when captains stood tall and showed an example to their other members of their team. Tridents skipper Kieron Pollard top scored with 83 not out, while Kane Williamson contributed 46 and Dwayne Smith scored 36. Kyle Mayers was the pick of the bowlers with 2 for 30 with a target set of 197 to win after Tridents reached 196 for 4 in their 20 overs. Stars had only reached 129 for 6 when rain stopped play for the 3rd time in the day. And that's Caribbean in 10. Join us at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Have yourselves a good afternoon.